Welcome everyone to our English grammar series lesson 2. We know that there are 8 parts of speech, and in our last video, which was lesson 1, we covered our first topic, noun. So in this video the topic of discussion will be pronoun. So what is pronoun? A word that replaces noun is called pronoun, or in simple words we can say that a word that is used in place of noun is pronoun. The types of pronouns are personal pronouns, interrogative pronouns, indefinite pronouns, relative pronouns, possessive pronouns, reflexive pronoun, intensive pronouns, demonstrative pronouns, reciprocal pronouns, and distributive pronouns. Now let us talk about personal pronouns. Personal pronouns are pronouns that are associated primarily with a particular person. Like first person, we say I, second person we use you, and third person he, she, it, they. Example, Ram is going to school. He studies in 5th standard. So, in second line, in place of Ram, we are using he. So, he becomes pronoun. Let us take one more example. Meera and Radha are best friends. They study in the same class. So, in place of Meera and Radha, we used they. Here it is, I am Aarti. So, I is pronoun. Now, next is interrogative pronouns. The words used to ask questions about the noun is called interrogative pronouns, like who, what, whose, which, whom. Next is indefinite pronouns. Indefinite pronouns refer to people or things without being specific. This is the largest group of pronouns. It includes all, some, any, several, anyone, none, no one, somebody, something, anything, each, both, few. These are the examples of indefinite pronouns. Now, relative pronouns. The relative pronouns are which, that, and whose, including whom and whose. A relative pronoun is used to head a relative clause which adds more information to a sentence. Now we will see some usage and examples. Whom, it refers to people. An example will be, he is the person whom I met in the mall. That refers to people, things, and animals. Which refers to animals and things. Where refers to places. Who refers to people, and when refers to time. Next is possessive pronouns. The possessive pronouns are mine, yours, his, hers, etc. A possessive pronoun represents a noun and also tells us who owns it. The examples are this book is mine, the house is ours, the dog is hers. Reflexive pronouns. The reflexive pronouns are myself, yourself, herself, himself, itself, ourselves, yourself, themselves. A reflexive pronouns ends with self or selves. Example, the dog bit itself. Intensive or emphatic pronouns. The intensive pronouns are myself, yourself, herself, himself, itself, ourselves, yourselves, and themselves. They are the same as reflexive pronouns, but they are used differently. A reflexive pronoun reflects back on the subject of the sentence, while an intensive pronoun adds emphasis or intensity to a noun. Let us see some examples. Reflexive pronouns reflects back to its subject or antecedent, and intensive pronouns, they emphasize on its subject or antecedent. Here the example would be, for reflexive pronoun it will be, she made herself a dress. But same example let us take in intensive pronouns, it will be she herself made a dress. If you notice, in reflexive pronoun, she made a dress for herself. But in intensive pronoun, she herself made a dress and there was no help from anybody else. Let us see the next characteristic. Reflexive pronouns are essential to a sentence's basic meaning, but intensive pronouns are not essential. See the example here. Reflexive pronoun, under reflexive pronoun, the queen bought herself a palace. But in intensive, it is the queen bought a palace herself. So there is a difference. If we remove herself in intensive pronoun, the meaning doesn't change. Next is demonstrative pronouns. The demonstrative pronouns are this, that, these, those. A demonstrative pronoun represents a noun and tells us whether it is singular or plural and whether it is near or far. So, for near, in singular, we have to use this, and if the singular object is far, we should say that. In plural, we have to use these, and if the object is far, it should be those. Reciprocal pronouns. It can be referred as given or done in return or having mutual action. We use reciprocal pronouns when each or more subjects is having same activity towards each other. The reciprocal pronouns are each other and one another. Example, we need to believe one another, or the girls were talking to each other. The last one is distributive pronouns. A distributive pronoun considers each member of a group separately rather than collectively. Example, each, either, or neither. Example, neither of them plays chess. Each one of you are brilliant. As we use the same words for interrogative and relative pronouns, it is necessary that we understand the difference between two. So, let us understand the difference with examples. Interrogative pronouns are used to ask a question, but relative pronouns are used to connect a clause or a phrase to a noun or a pronoun. Example, in interrogative pronouns, we directly ask a question, what is your name? But in relative pronouns, it is, I like the dress which you wore yesterday. Here, which is used to connect noun to the clause. So this is the end of video on pronouns. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.